Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Please help me welcome to the stage the John Cooper School 5th grade band. Thank you so much. It's been an amazing year for the 5th grade band. And, you know, as I pointed out to you at the holiday concert in December, the progression of what has happened throughout the course of the year is what's most rewarding to me. And if you think back to where we were in this past August with some of the sounds you were hearing at home to where we've come in 1 year, it's really quite remarkable. And so next we're going to do a little feature for each section so you can hear each section play. You know, we have most of our time we split the 5th grade band up into different sections and we work individual pedagogical skills for each instrument. And so the first, we'll go through the sections one at a time, and the first one will be the flute section. And we'll just go through the band. The flute section is going to play a Russian folk song. So there you've heard all the various sections in the band, and we've spent all year learning, the basic foundations of tone production, articulation, and music reading. Really proud of their progress. And again, back to the progression over the years, the next piece of music we're going to play is called El Vaquero, and it is a grade 1, which means it is the first level of music really designed for students starting in 6th and 7th grade. So this is their first sort of real arrangement that has more complex and more independent parts between the sections. And you'll see the progression later when the wind ensemble is here, progressed all the way to grade 5 and 6 level, which is the absolute highest level of literature in the band world. So this is our last piece of music, and after this we'll have a short change. With the 5th grade, we'll go sit where the wind ensemble is and we'll trade places. But this is El Vaquero. Okay, just a brief intermission while we switch groups. Ladies and gentlemen, please help me welcome to the stage the John Cooper School Wind Ensemble. Tell you a little bit about each composition tonight. The first one, English Folk Song Suite, is on the grade 6 level of the repertoire in the band world. And it's in 3 movements. The first movement we did perform on the winter concert in December. We'll play that again, and then the following 2 movements. The first movement is set as an English march and is made up of 3 folk songs. The first 2 deal with the similar subject matter of military men falling in love and getting married. The styles of the 2 songs contrast each other in the first movement. One's bouncy, jovial. The second one is more legato. And the third folk song in the first movement is about a poor man begging a rich man for food, and he's denied. So there's this contrast and this conflict of a duple meter and triple meter. We have 2 simultaneous time signatures happening simultaneously in this movement. So that's the first movement. The second movement is called Intermezzo, and it deals with love betrayed. And Vaughan Williams orchestrated this, and it begins with a lonely oboe solo and very sparse accompaniment, and the mood shifts to something a little bit more jovial, yet still reserved. The third movement uses 4 different folk songs, more in the march style, and also dealing with some of the same subject matter. There's a whole bunch of things written about this, but it was composed in 1923 by Vaughan Williams, and it is absolutely one of the foundational pieces in the wind band repertoire. When I came to Cooper 10 years ago, I had dreamed of playing some of this music that we're playing tonight, and this is one of those pieces, a true work of art in the band world, and we hope you enjoy the English Folk Song Suite in 3 movements. Okay, that was a long piece of music, but that was just fantastic. I really enjoyed that. And the next piece of music, I'll say a little bit about this. This is something called Shadow Rituals. It's a much more contemporary piece. It was written in 2006. That first piece was written in 1923. This was written in 2006 by Michael Markowski, who was a student at Arizona State University and composed this piece when he was 19 years old. And it's quickly become a kind of a standard piece. A lot of people are playing it. It's very complex rhythmically. It's very disjunct and angular in the way the harmonies and rhythms play together. Markowski describes it as a rhythmic, energetic, and challenges the performer to stay engaged in the music. The piece is a dark and mystical dance and a reflection of something primitive or ancient. So it's quite complex. There's multiple time signatures and modulations back and forth, both rhythmically and harmonically. And so this has been a real challenge. You know, the interesting thing about this piece is the first month we were learning it, I don't think the students really enjoyed it very much. It didn't make any sense to them. It seemed very strange and just did not seem to come together. And here in the last few weeks, it's really started to come together and make sense. And for some of the students, this is really one of their favorite pieces that we've played. So this is something called Shadow Rituals. Hope you enjoy. I got a notification on my watch halfway through that I was in the middle of a record run. How about that? So this is kind of the bittersweet moment where I'd like to recognize our seniors. You know, the 15 seniors in this group this year are some of the finest people that I've had the privilege of teaching in my career. And, you know, when I first met these students in their 5th grade year, you know, we were just like you heard with the 5th grade, and they've progressed all this way. And it's not just their musicianship, although that is fantastic. It's the kind of people they are, and these are the kind of people that I hope to remain in touch with as they go through their college years and beyond. So I'm going to call the seniors up one at a time, and we are going to give them their traditional gift. It's a Cooper blanket with their name embroidered on it. It's perfect for a cold college dorm room. That's why we came up with this. And so seniors, as you come up one at a time, I want you to come get your gift and then work your way over to the far end of the stage. We'll have all the seniors lined up here and we'll recognize them together and have a group photo. So we'll go alphabetically. The first senior is Jacob Bailey on French horn. The next senior we have is flute player Ella Cho. Congrats, man. You bet. And then we have one of our clarinet players, Caden Flowers. Congratulations. Thank you. Another clarinet player, Miles Gall. Congratulations. Another clarinet player, Ulysses Sue. Ulysses. Congratulations. Trumpet player, Daniel Justice. Come on up. It's kind of hard to work your way up from the back row. Yeah, man, congrats. Next, we have a bass clarinet player, Isaac Lean. Congratulations, thank you. Our senior tuba player, Vikas Mohan. Vikas. Neil Sarin is next on flute. Come on up. Congrats. And Chris Sarin in the percussion section. Come on up. another percussionist, Zach Shearer. I hear the percussion giving them a little sound back there. Where was the trumpet section for Danny? I don't know. We need a fanfare. Congrats, man. Flute player, we have Dylan Tao. Come on up, Dylan. Congratulations. Thank you. Bass, Lily Vernon. Appreciate it. Saxophone player, Rui Wang. Thank you so much. And one more trumpet player, Sean Ween. Working his way up from the back row. One more round of applause for the senior class. Thank you guys. We can go back. Sorry about the little delay. We had a little technical malfunction with one of the tubas, but I think we've got it solved for the moment. Danzon number 2, composition by Marquez. This was originally an orchestral piece, and it's become quite a famous piece of music, kind of depicting the Spanish dance, lots of different dance elements in this. It's a tribute to the environment that nourishes the Spanish dance genre. It endeavors to get as close as possible to the dance, to its nostalgic melodies, to its wild rhythms, and its form and harmonic language. Marquez, the composer, said, "It's a very personal way of paying my respects and expressing my emotions towards truly popular music." Danzon number 2 was written on a commission by the Department of Musical Activities at Mexico's National Autonomous University, and is dedicated to his daughter, Lily. I've always wanted to perform this piece, but never had the soloists that were needed to do it. This has multiple soloistic places. There's clarinet solos, there's trumpet solos again, there's a saxophone solo. One of our flute seniors, Dylan, is playing piano. Ella has solos. There's a second flute solo. These solos are not only technically challenging, but these students have gone well above and beyond all that to really create the artistry that comes with this. You know, people always ask me, well, you know, music is an art form, it should be creative. And it doesn't really get creative until you get to the point where they can master the technical aspects of the instrument. At that point, they can start to be creative, and that's where these students are. This is another grade 6 composition, Danzon number 2. Thank you all very much for coming out tonight. I forgot to mention a couple of things, one of which Mr. Aaron Guillory, our percussion teacher, sitting in for Laura Kaiser, who suddenly got sick today, one of our all-state percussionists out on the day of the concert. Oh, my goodness. But Mr. Guillory sat in and filled in for her part, so that's why he was back there. So thank you, Mr. Guillory. And the other thing is, if you would, as we dismiss, if you could keep this hallway as clear as possible. We have to move all the percussion equipment back into the band hall tonight, so it gets really crowded over there. So as we dismiss, if you could wait out in the foyer and meet your students out there. Thank you so much for coming. Thank you for a great year with the Wind Ensemble. Thank you for all your support and help, and have a great summer. Thank you.